fixture.
Yes, a lift is exclusive.
Yeah, these are.
The guided lift.
Lift. Yes. Yeah, I want to aim for some reason. It's lift tour time, and this is my first ever animated lift tour. Let's go! This is Seagate Retail Centre, which is not actually a real place. It is a fictional place that I have come up with originally. So yeah. So this building is actually famous for taking like the industrial areas, like car dealerships and like car service centres and like everything else, and taking like a shopping centre with all that retail aspect and combining it together, which creates a very good use of efficient space, because this space is pretty small, because like it's got like the underground car parks, except then it also has like the industrial shop, which is also really small. So it's a flexible use of space. That means that around it there are a lot of like pocket parks and stuff like that, and there isn't much industrial area anywhere else. Well, like until you go like out of town or something. So this place is like located in like the centre of town. Anyways, now to the first building, which is the main building, and these first to go to bank one of the main lifts, which are some disencrypt lifts. Okay, this is the first bank of lifts in Seagate Retail Mall thing. Oh, it's Juhus, but it doesn't have Brele in it. Let's call it. Interesting indicator. I mean, these lifts are famous for having really messed up floor numbering, and this people who own the place haven't bothered to fix it yet. No chime, that's weird. Here is the lift. Nice fast doors. Used to be a disencrypt. Let's go to 3 or upper mall, whatever that is. Doors closing. Yeah, it was installed 1983. 2000 kgs or 13 two persons. And this is where the floor numbering gets a bit messed up here, because it just doesn't match as well. Or it doesn't actually match at all. At least they're nice and fast. Here we had upper shopping, or supposed to be upper mall. Let's go down to parking level 5. Yeah, I don't know why they did this floor numbering. I mean, they have plans to like change it so the floor numbering is actually correct and like to actually like simplify it, which is actually a good thing, because it'll. I think people are getting confused with the floor numbering here because of like how much it doesn't add up. Don't know why I called it NHE. Ooh, parking means parking level 1. So at least the parking level is more simple. And yeah, these episodes are getting a bit old since they are original from 1983, and they'll probably modernize them. Here we are, parking level 5. Door opens. Let's go back up to level 1. I mean, these are attractions, so it's great. Did I just skip or something? I know. Also, like, sometimes it's not off, it's a bit off center as well. Here we had upper mall. Shall lift go. And that's it. And now to the second bank of lifts in this building. And these lifts in this bank are more recent than the lifts in Bank 1, because these were installed at a later date when the lifts in Bank 1 started becoming very, very busy. Now, these lifts are some Schindler 5500s. And these lifts, well, they have FIGS fixtures, because they were installed in 2015, and on the outside they have linear 300 floor indicators, but on the inside they use the older FIGI floor indicators. That's really interesting. let's take a look at them. And sadly, the chime was deactivated in these lifts, which is annoying, or was broken. So, here we come to the second set of lifts in the first building in Seagate Retail Park. We've got them just called the lift. Interesting button response times. At least the lift's already here. So, I think we should go up to floor 4 today. Yeah, Schindler Fisher Run, but it's got the older digit floor indicators in the lift instead of its other ones. It's kind of weird. I wonder if they did this so they didn't have to use like the dot matrix style on like all the other floors. It's very interesting. Capacity 2,000 kgs or 26 persons. And just let those people off. Apparently this goes to floor 5, but doesn't really a button for that, so the logic's kind of messed up in this, so it probably will need servicing, I think. We got floor 5. And now let's just watch the lift go. And now to the lift in Farmers. And yeah, Farmers does exist. This particular Farmers doesn't actually exist. So yeah, just want to make sure that. By the way, Farmers does exist in New Zealand, guys. And this lift is an Otis Gen 2 with generic features. And this lift has been stylized into Farmers colours. And the outer cool button looks like the Farmers logo, which is very interesting. And the inside indicator looks like a blatant mess. Here we are at Farmers, which has an interesting custom built lift, because that looks interesting, but yeah, it's a nice generic, so let's call the lift. That's an interesting chunk. Here is the lift. Very interesting how it was custom made. So let's go down to basement, I guess. Should nice doors close? Okay, that looks very interesting. Installed in 2004. We are basements. Why did they decide to use floor indicator like that? It looks very bizarre. Now let's go up to the first floor. Yeah, this did not replace something else because it was installed on that day. Seems to look like some sort of Otis lift, so not really sure what this is. Not really sure if it's a genuine Otis or not. Here we are at the first floor. Lovely doors open again. Nice and custom built. Now let's go back down to the ground floor. Yeah, I do not know why they made a custom built in car like this, because you definitely do not see it in Westernwood. And apparently they have plans of replacing it because, well, obviously it's getting a bit old. But yeah, they'll probably do it once like the LEDs are burning out and stuff. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Anyways, let's watch the lift go. And that's it. And along to H&M, which just has a regular Schindler 5500 with a digital floor indicator on the inside. Here we come to the lift in H&M, which is, ooh, it's a nice Schindler 5500. Let's call it. Oh dear, it doesn't have a chime. It says nice fast doors, that's good. Let's go down to basement. Doesn't really have much sound. Oh, at least that indicator is nice. Goes nice and fast, 1 meter a second. Here we are, basement. Now let's go to the first floor. It doesn't really have much to it. That's a bit disappointing. And yeah, it seems that the clock's a bit stuck at the moment, or, well, we can't really change that. Here we're at the first floor. Doors open. This is a very bad lift. Let's go back down to ground and we'll end it there. I mean, this lift is pretty recent, well, more recent than like some of the other lifts since when H&M came in. So maybe this lift replaced an older lift that I'm really not sure. Here we're at grounds. Nice door open. And let's watch the lift go. That's it. And now into Sports Direct, which is a shop from the United Kingdom. And the lift is a standard lift from the 2010s and it's not really that interesting. Here we come to the lift in Sports Direct, which is called lift. Oh, it's a Stanner. Interesting how the indicator doesn't score, usually scores on that, but really hard to animate on, especially on this device. So here is the lift. Doors open. Okay, let's go up to the first floor. Ooh, lights are blue. You know, at least the doors are moderately fast, but not really fast. Lift is hydraulic per usuals. Except it is like faster than the lift in like work calls where it's like really slow and not that good. Here we're at the first floor. Let's go back down to the ground floor. Still close. I mean, at least you don't really see these lifts in like New Zealand or something, or well, definitely not in this place, so that's good. Here is the lift at floor 0. Doors open. Let's watch the lift go. And that's it. And now into David Jones, which on the outside has some really nice custom Otis floor indicators and probably some different Otis buttons. And yeah, these are some Otis 2000s, except they look like they crossed with the Otis Yoba 2000 because these are some Otis 2000Es. Let's take a look at them. These are the lifts in David Jones' nice set of free lifts and Otis lifts. That's a good, nice change. Sadly, these lifts do not have a button beep. That's a very interesting floor indicator. And here is the lift. Ooh, this lift has a chime. That's nice. Very interesting custom doors. Let's go up to level 2. Sadly, these are used generic buttons, not like Otis's own fixtures. That's interesting. But the floor indicator is like Otis. Ooh, Otis 2000Es. Sadly, this lift's been soundproof, so you can't hear the nice 2-speed leveling, which is disappointing. Here we at level 2. These are nice and fast. Now let's go down to parking 1. Shit, these don't have button beeps, but then again, these are not Otis's buttons, they're just generics. But at least the lift's nice and fast because it's like an Otis 2. Has like 2-speed leveling. I think this was installed in like the 90s because that stuff has like basement, then it's got parking levels. So, yeah. Here we are at parking 1. Watch the lovely lift doors open. Let's go up to the ground floor again. It's interesting I call it LG, LML, and L2. It makes it sound like it's low level, but it's not. Just level. Yeah, this is a very good lift. And here we are at lower ground again. Watch the lift doors open. And let's watch the lift go. And that's it. And along into Marks & Spencer's, which is another shop from the United Kingdom. And just like every other Marks & Spencer's, well, actually like the Marks & Spencer's in real life, they have some very bad horrible UK generic lifts, and these were installed by Lift Tech. This is the lift in Marks and Spencer's, which is, it's a generic kingdom. It's called a lift. Oh, yep, definitely a generic from the UK. Oh, it's hydraulic as well. Not really interesting. Here's the lift at floor 0. Our chime's broken. Oh, it's got slow doors. Let's go to 1. Door close. Yeah, not really that interesting. Nothing interesting. That's different, but I guess it's just bog standard. And we got the first floor. And let's go back down to ground. Like how it actually shows that direction the lift's going in after you press a button. That's nice. But the lift's still like hydraulic, and doesn't have a door close button, which just goes to show how simplistic the logic is in this lift. Here we are at floor 0. And installed by Lift Tech. Let's watch the lift go. That's it. And lift in Whitcoulls is, well, it's a stupid generic hydraulic lift installed in the late 2000s, and it's installed by Manhattan. And by the way, YouTube user the Alex Ellis channel actually came up with this fictional generic brand. I didn't, so just want to point that out. Here we come to the lift in Whitcoulls, which has nice red doors, and the lift is, oh dear, it's a stupid generic. And, oh no, it's got really slow doors. Let's go to the first floor. Buttons are not equal with each other. They're like different sizes, so that's generic quality for you. And capacity 1200 kg and 16 persons. And is that the speed? 0.5 meters per second? That's so slow. It's like a platform lift, almost. I mean, who decided to build a lift as bad as this? Well, Manhattan thought this was a good idea, so I guess it must be something. I mean, company's now gone bankrupt because of their lifts. These lifts only last like 3 to 4 years, so that's great. Here we are at the first floor. Leveling speed is like painfully slow because obviously it's a generic. And here we are at the first floor. More painfully slow doors. Let's go to grounds. Door closed, painfully slow again. And down we go again. Yeah, I mean, this leveling speed is, this lift is like, its main speed is like leveling speed almost, and then this leveling speed is like 10 times less than its normal speed. That's so rubbish. I mean, maybe it's because like the lift big. But yeah, doesn't seem like that would make a difference because like this small lifts are also pretty slow. I mean, I've heard these lifts are like famous for being like the world's worst elevators and thing, so that's gonna be a good sign. But yeah, here we are at the ground floor. Painfully slow doors again. And let's watch the lift go. Painfully slowly again. And that's it. And now we go to the second building, which is block number 2. And yeah, it's not as busy as like the first main block, but it is still pretty busy. But the lifts are not actually that busy today, which is very nice. And the main lifts are some Schindler 5400s that look like generics. So here we come to the main lift in the second building of Seagate Retail Center. These are generics. Yay, it's interesting to see Doohurst without like the Braille stuff. Yeah, these are generics. Interesting how it has like... But yeah, at least they're a bit fast because they do actually serve a lot of floors. The chime's broken for... Well, either they turn the chimes off temporarily. Because like... It's interesting. Doors? These? So yeah, installed in 2003, capacity 12,000 kgs of 26 persons to go to 4. Oh yeah, definitely. Interesting how it's got like a interesting Schindler 5500 logic type of thing, but isn't actually that. But yeah, these are pretty fast. We have 4. Now let's go down to basement 5, or it should be parking 5, but yeah, basement 5 works just as well. Yeah, these aren't really interesting, just because they're like Schindler Generics from 2003. They are probably Schindler 2600s, because they obviously do like carry a lot of people, and obviously, so yeah, these are more so like goods or hospital beds, but they are meant for the public. Here we are, basement 5. Now let's go back up to the ground floor. Yeah, these stuff aren't really interesting. So I don't wonder what the blank space is for. Maybe it's for like some display thing to show like retailers. I mean, yeah, and yeah, we obviously can't show them due to copyright, but yeah. Interesting how this like but here we are at the ground floor. Let's watch the lift go. That's it. And the lift in House of Fraser, which is another UK brand, is a Conim Series hydraulic lift. But the fixtures look like it's a cheap version of a Conim Series hydraulic. Yeah, or like the fixtures don't look as good as like the ones in David Jones Tower and Seagate's Central Business District. So yeah, we come to Lifton, I think, like, yeah, House of Fraser it is. Ooh, cone hydraulic lift. Got your nice M series. Yeah, this lift is, yeah, it's pretty slow due to its, yeah, it doesn't really go if it's just like a hydraulic. Oh, the chime's muted, that's annoying. Let's get nice open doors. So let's go to 1, I think. Yeah, this is pretty interesting lift. Not really. Yeah, at least it's in like a well-built section because yeah, stuff was installed in the 80s. So yeah, here we are. 1. Oh, nice fast open doors. Let's go back down to ground. That's actually the data was a bit deep. Sure, what happens there. Here we are at ground again. Let's watch the lift go. That's it. And along into Debenhams, which is a UK brand, and lifts are just some European Otis Gen 2s. Okay, these are lifts in David Jones, and ooh, these are Otis's. Let's take a look at them. Oh, this lift has a button beep. Let's just turn the audio up so you can hear it better. So it's at the first floor. And this lift also has a charm because it has the button beep. Oh, it does have a button beep. Here is the lift. Let's go to the first, or maybe -2. Should lift close its doors. Yeah, it's an Otis Gen 2. Don't really know when it was installed. This is really nice because like a button beep and an actual chime. That's a first in like the entire show because most of the chimes are like and button beeps are like broken. But I think it's because like that shop does maintain it. Let's go to the first floor. Doors close again. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting, nice lift. Definitely really good, I have to say. Interesting how it calls like the floors ground -1, -2 instead of basement, basement 2. Here we are at the first floor. Watch the lift doors open again. Let's go down to the ground floor and end it there. Yeah, it's basically got like button beeps everywhere, that's nice. Here we are at the ground floor, it's nice and fast. And let's watch the lift go. That's it. And now into Wilkinson's, which has a nice 90s generic, which haven't seen that model very often. Here we come to the lift in Wilkinson's. It is, oh no, it's due button. Let's press it. Lift's already here. But even, yeah, it doesn't actually is like a generic. It's actually, let's go to 2. Doors closing. Yeah, it is a generic, but it's got an interesting floor indicator. Not really sure what happened with the, I think seems to have fixed itself. We got 2. Interesting hydraulic lift. Let's go back to 1. Yeah, all I can tell is that this was installed in like 2000s when the shopping center was, well, this section was built. In this case, it's got like the same logic as Oakland for some reason. Not sure if the logic was replaced. Yeah, 1. Watch the lift doors open. And let's watch the lift go. That's it. And W.H. Smith has a 90s Stanner, which is not really that interesting. So here we come to lift in, I know, W.H. Smith, which is, that button looks familiar. Oh, that's why! It's a Stanner lift! Oh yeah, and also it's also hydraulic as well. Well, this lift has, on the outside, it's called like the floors like upper ground and lower ground, as you can see here. But yeah, on the inside, well, it's actually got like messed up floor numbering. Just look at when you get inside. Nice fast doors. Let's go to upper ground. Yeah, these doors are, oh, it's slow. Look, they call it grounded 1 instead of upper ground and lower ground because it only has like 1 digit. Really messed up installation this is. Here we got 1. Nice fast opening doors, but they don't really go fast when they're closing. Let's go back to lower ground now. Yeah, not really that fast because it's like it's hydraulic. But yeah, most of the lifts here are not interesting, but it's nice that we have a mix here. Compared to like other lifts where you just have like lifts of the same type. Here we got grounds. Watch the lift go. That's it. And in JJB Sports, there is a nice second generation EcoDisc, which has a 7-segmented indicator, which is not different to see. Usually you get like a dot matrix one. Here we come to the lift in JJB Sports, which is an EcoDisc. Yeah, it's got the 7-digit segment indicator, which isn't pretty rare. Here is the lift. So yeah, let's go to 1. Yeah, it doesn't show like the capacity. Once you can't really hear the motor steer, it's like it's been heavily soundproofed, I think. Here we are at level 1. Let's go back to grounds. Has nice fast doors. It's really good, actually. Let's watch the lift go. That's it. And now we go to the next building, which I like to call Crap Seagate Retail Centre Building. Because this building feels like it was cheaply constructed. In fact, I was told that this was only a temporary building and houses a lot of like stores that like are supposed to go into like the second block of the building, but were temporarily moved here while they were like renovating that section. And yeah, the lifts in here are total shit. First to the car park lift, which I'll actually put them in installations, and that car park is actually an overall car park. And the lift here are some horrible Kleeman lifts. Seriously, why did they put a 1 meter second MRL lifts in the 13-story car park? So these are the car park lifts in the third Seagate retail building, which are generics. Let's go up. Yeah, these aren't really that interesting. Yeah, generic lift for 11 floors. Let's go to 11. And slow door. Oh, yeah, that explains a lot. It's an SJC lift. I mean, I'm starting with this is actually a temporary building because I heard most of the lifts here were not really well built at all. I mean, yeah, because it's so bad, we won't bother like film like the way down on these lifts because of how generic they are. Here we are at 11. Yes, stupid slow door. And let's watch it go. That's it. And now we go to one of the worst generic lifts I've ever seen. This lift is in a children's gym, and well, it's in a very bad state. The inside floor indicator doesn't work. There's no plaque saying who maintains or installed the lift. And as far as I know, this lift has not been maintained since it was installed. This lift is in a very bad state, and it's obvious that the children's gym is not looking after this lift. In fact, apparently after this building is demolished, the children's gym are moving to like a outlets on one story, so they don't have to worry about maintaining the lift. Oh dear, let's hope we don't get stuck in it. Okay, so here is the lift in the children's gym in the Seagate Retail Centre. It's really bad generic quality. In fact, as of today, this lift actually was ripped out because like Next actually like expanded their shop outlets, and this children's gym ended up moving to an outlet on the ground floor. Which makes sense because this lift is in really bad state. So let's call the lift. I mean, yeah, outside indicator works. Yes, slow doors. Let's go to 1. Yeah, painfully slow doors. And yeah, floor indicator does not work. There's no panel saying who installed the lift, and yeah, there's no chime. The lift's hydraulic, by the way. Here we are at, I think, the first floor? I know, it takes a really long time to level. Yeah, this lift is really not in a good state as it is. Let's go to floor 0. That's an interesting response time. So yeah, from what I can gather, this lift was installed in like, I think 2005, and this is now 2020, so... Except from what I can gather, this lift was ripped out like in 2018 when Next decided to like expand their version, which makes sense because this lift is in a very bad space. It's like in Petone Community Centre where there's like the nice old film lift, but that film is also getting into a really bad state. In fact, I'm pretty certain that lift will become derelict because not many people are using it as of right now. Here we are at ground floor again. And let's watch the lift go. That's it. And now we go to next, which has another stupid generic hydraulic lift. We come to the lift in next, which is a generic per usual. Let's call the lift. Yeah, this is definitely generic lift. Not really sure what it is because I haven't really seen it before, but yeah, let's hope the inside. Let's hope this is nice despite its hydraulic and its disc fixtures. That's actually different. Here's the lift. Sounds like chime's been replaced with something. It does have nice fast doors, but I think that's because, well, it doesn't have Barnaby going to the first floor. Yeah, the only thing fast about this lift is the doors. It's a home brand's lift. Yeah, it says next lift. It's home brand. That's very interesting. Phone number is very interesting as well. Here we are at the first floor. Doors open. Let's go back down to the ground floor. This isn't really an exciting lift. It's more just generic and uninspiring. So yeah, that's not really that exciting, to be honest. Here we are at the ground floor. Which nice doors open. And let's watch the lift go. And that's it. And now we go to yet another Kleeman hydraulic lift, this time in Habitat. Here we come to the lift in. It's probably like Habitat or Boot something, I'm not really sure. And it's a Phoenix. Let's call the lift. Yeah, it is. No button beeps or anything on these lifts or any chimes. Probably just show how badly they're installed, I guess. Which is actually pretty typical, coming to think about it. And here is the lift. Actually that's interesting. It's got a bit of doors. Let's go to the first floor. And they line weird, so that's good. Yup, definitely a Phoenix. Judging by the indicator and like the loud, definitely is a Phoenix elevator. It's like the carpet lifts, to be honest. And here we are at the first floor. And the door is going to open. And let's go back down to grounds. Yeah, this lift isn't really that interesting, although you don't usually see this type of generic in like many countries in the world, so, but yeah, it's still pretty bad. And finally, we are at the ground floor again. Let's watch the lift doors open. Then let's watch the lift go. And that's it. And now we go into Waitrose, which has a generic, or as I like to say, an ascensor. Okay, this is lift in Waitrose, which is another generic. Let's call the lift. Okay, this one has a button beep. That's not too bad. So But yeah, it's definitely still like a generic and it's hydraulic per usual, so not really that exciting. And here is the lift. Let's go up to the first floor. Oh, it also has a button beep. Yeah, it's in a sensor lift. And it's hydraulic as well. And the indicator's meant to be swung, but it's pretty hard to animate it. So yeah. Here we are at the first floor. Doors open again. Now let's go back down to grounds. Yeah, lift doors are pretty okay, fast, I guess, which is probably only plus to this stuff, and also like the beeping buttons you don't usually get up. I think they're meant to be DMG, but not really sure. Here we are at the ground floor. Watch lift doors open again, and let's watch the lift go. That's it. And along we go to Zara, which has a Cleanman MRL lift, or MRL hydraulic. This is the lift in Zara, which is, yeah, it's a Cleanman lift. That's per usual, let's call it. And, that was a pretty interesting delay for the button beep. Here is the lift. Oh well, it's actually got that effect. Very interesting. Yeah, I think someone messed about. I heard someone messed about with the logic, which means the buzzer beeps are literally out of tune. So let's go to the first floor. Yeah, installed in 2008. Apparently, still an okay lift, but oh, it's actually pretty fast. Yeah, I think someone messed about with it, so it doesn't have like a chime or anything, and the button beep's delayed. But yeah, I heard they were going to do better maintenance on it, so it's got a door hold feature, which is nice, but let's not try that. Let's go to ground again. More delayed button beep. Doors closed. I mean, I haven't seen many like Cleanman lift installations for like lifts. I haven't found one for a high-rise building, so that would be interesting to see if there is one. Here we got grounds. Doors open again. Let's watch the lift go. And that's it. And along into Boots, which is another UK shop, and the lift is a 1980 standard. Now, the reason why this lift is from the 1980s and not like the 2000s, like the rest of the lifts in the crap Seagate retail centre bit, is because this building was actually in an old building. And then, when they built the rest of the centre, it was built around this section. So, obviously, the lift was still original, and this is why the lift is from the 80s, not the 2000s. And yeah, this is the last lift in Boots, which is, I think it's a 90s channel, but I think it's probably a Stan or something. That's called a lift. Yeah, it's got no chime. New button beep either. Here is the lift. So let's start by going up to the first floor. I just think this was built in the 90s, even though the rest of it was probably built in like 2000s or something. Yeah, that's hydraulic. Per usual. Not really that interesting, because there's something unique about it. We are at the first floor. The doors open. Now let's go back down to the ground floor. Ooh, nice, but wait, even though it's green button, that's interesting. So yeah, this stuff must have been either been like a customization or installed like at an earlier time than the lifts, because the lifts are pretty modern. Considering this is like the third building, aka the one that was built the most cheaply. At least it doesn't feel like a temporary building, so that's nice. Here we are, grounds. And let's watch lift go. And that's it. And now we go into Waterstones. And this Waterstones was actually built in the 1980s because the lift is a 1980s Otis hydraulic lift that has generic fixtures. So yeah, this is an Otis Series 1 and it looks like it is generic, but the inside floor indicator or light which points up and down is a 1980s Otis one, which spoils that this is a 1980s Otis. This lift is really nice and is the best one outside of the whole crap Seagate retail center building thing. Okay, this is the lift in Waterstones, I think, and it is a generic lift. Let's call it. Yeah, it's hydraulic. At least there's 90s duos rather than that ordinary duos usually get. I heard Otis made this lift and it's meant to be like a Series 1 hydraulic, but they use Dewhurst parts. But yeah, there's one thing that exposed that it's actually no Series 1 hydraulic. This was actually in like a part before like everything else was built around it, so that's why it's this lift. Here is the lift. Okay, doors, and yeah, that practically reveals it's like an Otis Series 1. Oh, new Dewhurst. Let's go to the first floor. So doors close. Yeah, it's hydraulic and it doesn't actually say like who installed it, but yeah, it's obviously Otis who installed it, so yeah. Yeah, it even has Otis logic as well, so that's cool. Yeah, not really much to say about this. 2,000 kids used and 26 persons. Here we are at the first floor. The doors open. And it has a down chime as well. That's good. Let's go down to grounds. But yeah, this was definitely built before like all the other lifts around it, so this part probably won't be demolished. I mean, yeah, inside buns have been replaced, but yeah, actually no, that's all that's been done to the lift. All that has been is the inside buns being replaced. But yeah, this is like the entries lift in like the third building, which is the crappiest out of like all of them, so that's good. Here we are at grounds. Watch the lift doors open, and let's watch the lift. Oh wait, yeah, there's a chime when it reaches the bottom. That's weird. Let's watch the lift go, and that's it.